Thank you. Now, I'd actually like to practice a song. For the closing hymn today, we're going to do a special song that I found by Leo Morris at the UU Musicians Conference called More Than Ever. The words in very tiny fonts is in the back of your, I think the third page of the order of service. It says More Than Ever. So basically it's like what they call a zipper song, like where there's like just a couple words replaced in every verse. So you'll see the whole verse is written out for the first one. Now is the moment for shining on. It's all right to cry, but keep your eyes on the prize. Now is the moment for shining on. The world needs our light more than ever. And in the second verse, only the words that are bolded are the ones that change. So in other words, it goes, now is the moment for singing out loud. It's all right to cry, but keep your eyes on the prize. Now is the moment for singing out loud. The world needs our songs more than ever. So do you understand? It's like, so 95% is the same every time, and just the bolded words. And then after every few verses, we'll sing the chorus. They need us to shine, the world needs us to shine, twice. She started this song on like November 7th, 2024. Okay, so let's give this a try, and community church singers are going to help with the melody.
It's all right Good morning. Welcome to the Community Church of Chapel Hill, Unitarian Universalist. I'm Alexa Adamo Valverde, a member of the Worship Associates Ministry here at the church. We extend a warm welcome to all who are visiting us today, to all, especially visitors and newcomers. We're so glad that you're here. Please be sure to check out a special section for you on the back of the order of service. Welcome guests and newcomers. We also welcome those of you attending online. Lyrics to hymns and all elements of service may be found at the bottom of the screen. A complete order of service, including weekly announcements, is available through the link in the Sunday morning email and on the church website. And if you could, please turn off or silence any cell phones to maintain a worshipful experience. Whoever you are, whomever you love, however you arrived at this beloved place, you are welcome here. And now it is time for Within These Walls. Could we please give a round of applause for our Side with Love ministry?
Good morning. We are some of the members of Side with Love team, and we love the sound of your clapping hands because our next Concert for a Cause will benefit the Clapping Hands Farm Camp, which is a vibrant local arts and nature camp in Pittsburgh, which was severely damaged in the recent flooding from Chantal. Emma's Revolution is coming back on October 4th to sing for us and for their friends at Clapping Hands Farm. If you don't yet know, Emma's Revolution is the dynamic duo of Pat Humphries and Sandy O, known for truth-telling lyrics and melodies that you can't resist singing. Pat says, "We sing wrapped in the taste of freedom." Sandy adds, "Especially in these times, we are buoyed and inspired by the activists and communities that we work with. Singing is part of what keeps us grounded and connected to one another."
Tickets are $25 in advance, and for an additional charge, there will be a simple supper before the concert at 5:30, which will be catered by Maria, our current guest, church-sponsored guest, who is seeking asylum with her 6 children. They're going to be losing their SNAP benefits later this year, so this is an opportunity to help them too. So come and enjoy an evening of inspiring music full of humor, heart, and hope. For more information and to purchase tickets, visit the Side with Love table at social hour and look for the yellow tablecloth. There will be. Or check your weekly announcements for a link. Now, join us in singing. We're going to keep on moving forward. We're going to keep on moving forward. Keep on moving forward. Keep on moving forward. Never turning back. Never turning back.
Bravo, thank you. And now please rise in body or in spirit for our opening hymn, number 1017, the blue hymnal, Building a New Way. Our call to worship is an excerpt from John O'Donohue's For Longing, from his book, To Bless This Space Between Us. Blessed be the longing that brought us here and quickens our souls with wonder. May we have the courage to listen to the voice of desire that disturbs us when we have settled for something safe. May we have the wisdom to enter graciously into our own unease to discover the new direction our longing wants us to take. May we come to accept our longing as divine urgency, and may we know the urgency with which God longs for us. Come, let us worship together. And the words for our chalice lighting are in the order of service. Please join me in reading them if you wish to do so. May the light we now kindle inspire us to use our powers, to heal and not to harm, to help and not to hinder, to bless and not to curse, to serve you, Spirit of freedom.
I've got a roof over my head. I've got a warm place to sleep. Some nights I lie awake counting gifts instead of counting sheep. I've got a heart that can hold love. I've got a mind that can think. There may be times when I lose the light and let my spirit sink, but I can't stay depressed. When I remember how I'm blessed, grateful, grateful, truly grateful I am. Grateful, grateful, truly blessed, and duly grateful. Of strangers, I've got a family of friends. No matter what rocks and brambles fill the way, I know that they will stay until the end. I feel a hand holding mine. It's not a hand you can see. and duly grateful.
Each week, we hold a time in our service for sharing the joys and the sorrows of our lives. If you've come this morning with either a significant personal joy or a sorrow, you're invited to come forward, place a stone into the water bowl, share your name, and briefly share your joy or your sorrow. Let us enter into this time of tenderness and trust. Oh, Jenny's first.
Speaking of being blessed, this month, sometime this month, I don't remember the exact date, 25 years ago, I signed the membership book here, and you all are a blessing.
Hi, I'm Dorothy Hammett, and with great joy, Brad and I celebrated our 42nd wedding anniversary last Wednesday.
I'm Jane Proven, and I am lifting up my friend Beth Rudiger, my dearest best friend in the world, who's currently in the hospital up in suburban Philadelphia with heart issues, starting with AFib that they can't really get under control. And they're now discovering that she has what she described as a weak heart. I'm assuming it's cardiomyopathy, I'm not sure. She's terrified. She's 4 years younger than I am, hiker, super active person. And please keep her in your thoughts.
I'm Ruth Gibson with a stone of gratitude for our governor for removing the obstacles for most of us from getting our COVID shots. I have immunocompromised people in my family, and I was beginning to think I'd have to spend this fall and winter in isolation again. But now I think I may not have to.
Hi everybody, I'm Amber Scott Brown. Also want to talk about some gratitude this morning. Thank you for the song, right on time. So I put 3 stones in for 3 things of gratitude we have for September. My daughter Rainie's turning 4 this month. My husband and I celebrate our 7th wedding anniversary. Maybe we'll make it to 42, but we're celebrating our anniversary tomorrow. And then just something on a somber note, but something we're very grateful for is my husband has struggled with addiction issues his whole life, and we are celebrating another year of sobriety, which, you know, if anybody's struggling in that community, it can happen and there's hope. We're celebrating another year.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Heather O'Connor, and I'm placing a stone in memory of my mom, Patricia O'Connor, who passed away 2 years ago on Tuesday. And I'm just really grateful for Dawn's song because it was really bringing back memories of her, and I'm kind of amazed at that grief journey and how it just like comes out of nowhere. Obviously, this week is a big one, though. Thanks for letting me share.
I'm Rachel Rose, and I have a stone of gratitude for the all-church picnic, which is a celebration of this community, and my deep, deep gratitude for this legacy event that Dee Dee Lavender has selflessly created and made happen for all of us year after year. It is joyful, and it is such a wonderful opportunity for connection and community. And I also want to celebrate our daughter Reno's 24th birthday today.
I'm Jeff Petrella. That stone is for my father-in-law, Henry Trangsrud, who passed away last week at the age of 93. He lived a good, long life. He was suffering at the end, but he's definitely in a better place now. So just keep my wife's family in mind. The memorial service is tomorrow in Phoenix. Thanks.
A final stone is placed for all the joys and the sorrows that we hold in our hearts that were not spoken this morning. I'm going to ask Alexa Adamo Valverde, our worship associate, to lead us in meditation this morning.
Prayer, a meditation. Meditation, a prayer. If it feels right to you, please close your eyes. Feel your body resting here. Notice the gentle rise and fall of your breath. Inhale, exhale. Nothing to fix, nothing to prove. Just be. If any part of you feels unsettled, bring your breath to this place. Prayer, as Bell Hooks defined it, is a returning to love, and she defined love as the will to nurture one's own or another's spiritual growth. Breathe. Prayer doesn't need to be elaborate. It can be a simple whisper. May I remember who I am. May I remember love. So let's begin here with remembering. Notice what your body longs for now. What will settle your nervous system into safety, rest, connection. Whatever arises, let it be the beginning of your prayer. Yes, this. Prayer is an openness to God's presence in all things, said Ed Bacon. Prayer is not begging or demanding. It is aligning with the deepest truth already alive in us, said Michael Beckwith. So ask yourself quietly, what truth do I long to align with right now? Allow that truth to take shape as a word, an image, or a phrase. Don't force it, just let it arrive like a gift. Let this truth become a sacred prayer, a blessing. As John O'Donohue wrote, a blessing is a circle of light drawn around a person to protect, heal, and strengthen them. Draw that circle of light around yourself now and whisper inwardly, may I be blessed with, and insert your word or phrase. May I remember, insert your word. Let this blessing expand outward. Imagine it flowing into the room, connecting the blessings of each of us. Imagine them swirling together inside this sanctuary, flowing into the lives of those we love in and beyond these walls, and into the wider world. Breathe and imagine the world taking a collective breath with us, receiving our blessings without even knowing what we have done together. One more slow breath. In, out. Carry with you this blessing you created And when you're ready, gently open your eyes. Join us in singing number 126 in the gray hymnal, Come Thou Fount of Every Blessing.
We're going to do a little bit of a different version of this, so just be aware there'll be an introduction and then a space between the second and third verse. But if you just pay attention to Don, he'll guide you along the way.
And for this hymn, I'm going to invite you to rise in body or in spirit as we sing.
I'll just look back at
The fount of every blessing, tune our hearts to sing thy grace. Streams of mercy, never ceasing, calls for songs of loudest praise. While the hope of life's perfection fills our hearts with joy and love, teach us ever to be faithful. May we still thy goodness prove. The fount of every vision, lift our eyes to what may come. See the lion and the young lamb dwell together in thy home. Hear the cries of war fall silent, fill our love glow like the sun. When we ever to be Father, then our heaven is begun. Come thou fount of inspiration, turn our lives to higher ways. Lift our gloom and desperation, show the promise of this faith. Let's find ourselves in union, help our hands tell of our Lord. With thy name, fount of justice, earth be fair as heaven above.
Our reading this morning is a passage from Marilyn Robinson's novel, Gilead. The novel takes the form of letters from Reverend John Ames, a fictional congregational minister, to his son, so that his son might learn from him and know him better after his passing. In this passage, Reverend Ames reflects on a salient moment from his childhood. Now, this might seem a trivial thing to mention, considering the gravity of the subject, but I truly don't feel it is. We were very pious children from very pious households in a fairly pious town, and this affected our behavior considerably. Once, we baptized a litter of cats. It occurred to one of the girls to swaddle them up in a doll's dress. There was only one dress, which was just as well, since the cats could hardly tolerate a moment in it and would have to have been unswaddled as soon as they were christened in any case. I myself moistened their brows, repeating the full Trinitarian formula.
Their grim old crooked-tailed mother found us baptizing away by the creek and began carrying her babies off by the napes of their necks. We lost track of which was which, but we were fairly sure that some of the creatures had been born away still in the darkness of paganism, and that worried us a great deal. So finally, I asked my father in the most offhand way imaginable, what exactly would happen to a cat if one were to say, baptize it? He replied that the sacraments must be always treated and regarded with the greatest respect. That wasn't really an answer, but we did respect the sacraments. But we thought the world of those cats. I got his meaning, though, and I did no more baptizing until I was ordained. I still remember how those little warm brows felt under the palm of my hand. Everyone has petted a cat, but to touch one like that, with the pure intention of blessing it, is a very different thing. It stays the mind. For years, we would wonder what, from a cosmic perspective, we had done to them. It still seems to me to be a real question. There is a reality in blessing. It doesn't enhance sacredness, but it acknowledges it. And there is a power in that. I have felt it pass through me, so to speak. The sensation is one of really knowing a creature. I mean really feeling its mysterious life and your own mysterious life at the same time. I don't wish to be urging ministry on you, but there are some advantages to it you might not know to take account of if I did not point them out. Not that you have to be a minister to confer a blessing. You are simply much more likely to find yourself in that position. It is a thing people expect of you. I don't know why there is so little about this aspect of the calling in the literature.
Now it is time for our offertory. Freely have we received gifts that minister to our needs of body and spirit. Gladly we bring to our church and its wide concerns a portion of this bounty. If you wish to donate online, please point your camera at the QR code on the back of the order of service and tap the banner that appears, or there is information on the church's website. We will now receive the morning offering.
Blessed be, blessed be the living tree. 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 Blessed be the tree of life that grows within you and me. Blessed be the tree of life. The living tree. Blessed be the tree of life that grows within you and me. Blessed be the tree of life. Blessed be the tree of life that grows within you and me. Blessed be the tree of life. Steady and true, rooted in love, shelter and peace below and above. Blessed be the tree of life that grows within you
I remember the first time I was expected to give a blessing. I was 23. I was working as a hospital chaplain. It was the middle of the night, and I was the only chaplain on call at a 900-bed hospital in Dallas, Texas. My pager buzzed. A patient was dying, and the family had requested last rites. Thankfully, in the Catholic tradition, there is an allowance, a loophole, that if a priest is not available, anyone can perform the ritual of last rites. Anyone. They don't even have to be Catholic, which is a good thing because I'm not. I dropped by the chaplain's office and picked up the last rites kit. Yes, such a thing actually exists, which consisted of a script of the words I was supposed to say and a vial of holy water. Outside of the patient's room, I met the Spanish translator. We entered. The patient was unconscious, occupying that liminal space between life and death. The family filled the room, grief-stricken, tense, and distressed. During the visit, I read from the script, uttering words I didn't at all believe. As the translator relayed the prayers, the family softened, breathing into this hard moment, comforted by the tradition that they knew, finding comfort even in the midst of loss. I opened up the small vial of holy water and anointed the dying man. What had I done? The idea for this sermon actually came from something a friend of mine wrote recently. My friend wrote of taking his child to a blessing of the backpacks service. We don't have that tradition of doing that here, but it's actually done in some Unitarian Universalist congregations as well as in many Christian churches of various denominations, where there is a tradition of holding a service called the Blessing of the Backpacks. In the weekend when children are about to head back to school, the children come to the church that morning with their school backpacks and receive a blessing for the year ahead. My friend wrote that his child had asked him after the service, "Dad, what is a blessing?" Not in the sense of what are the words that were said, but what really happened in there? My friend reported being unable to adequately answer their child's question. What is a blessing? Or more exactly, what does a blessing do? On one hand, on one level, if I'm being completely honest with myself and with you, a blessing doesn't do all that much. I mean, if I had botched the prayers, got the words all out of order, misapplied the holy water, which come to think of it, I'm pretty sure I did, I don't believe it would have changed anything in the cosmic sense. Or if when the pager had buzzed, I had been with another patient and had been unable to reach the room in time, nothing would have changed in the cosmic sense. A blessed backpack is really no different than an unblessed one. Like if the Methodist church across town holds a blessing of the backpack service and our church does not, it does not mean that the Methodist children go back to school with an advantage over our children. Our poor children with their unblessed backpacks, right? And yet blessing is so much a part of what is done in church. When we dedicate children, we offer them a blessing in religious education. As part of the coming of age program, parents are asked to give a blessing to their teenagers. Blessings are spoken at weddings. And there are other types of blessings as well. Very early in my ministry, a parishioner in my church asked me to perform a house blessing. And on. A little before my time, there was actually an annual contest among Unitarian Universalist ministers to determine who had performed the oddest ritual in the previous year. The person telling me about this contest relayed a story of a minister in a very small town in Maine, who had been asked and had agreed to offer a blessing at the ribbon-cutting ceremony for the town's first McDonald's. The first thing I want to notice about blessings is that they seem to be offered at times of transition. A child is born. They come of age. They marry. Another school year begins. A family moves into a new home. A person draws close to their final breath. A blessing, it seems to me, begins with noticing, with recognizing, with perceiving, with seeing. A blessing involves a deeper form of attention, a deeper form of connection. Marilyn Robinson writes, "Everyone has petted a cat, but to touch one like that with the pure intention of blessing it is a very different thing. The sensation," she continues, "is of really knowing a creature. I mean, really feeling its mysterious life and your own mysterious life at the same time." The poet Mary Oliver writes, "I don't know exactly what a prayer is, but I do know how to pay attention." And a blessing begins with noticing, recognizing, acknowledging, seeing, knowing. I've shared this before, but at the gym I go to, the coaches pay a lot of attention to us. And sometimes the coach will say to me or to someone else, usually to someone else, something like, "I see you." And it's not like, "I see you lifting that weight." It's not like I'm watching you. It's more like, "I see where you were when you started. I see the work and the effort you've put in, and I see what you are doing now." It is a deeper form of seeing. And when a coach says that to me, which is rare, it feels like a blessing. It feels like a blessing. The greater part of blessing is attention, and the lesser part is intention. A blessing, it seems to me, is not really as much about casting a magic spell for a positive future, as much as it is acknowledging the sacred depths of the present. If you give a blessing over a meal, you're not saying, "I hope this food will taste good." You're giving attention and gratitude to this moment, this food, this company. There's a part of the reading that Kaylee gave that I want to lift up. That line, "Not that you have to be a minister to confer blessing. You're simply much more likely to find yourself in that position." In our religious tradition, there is a practice that is known as shared ministry. This tradition stretches all the way back to the beginnings of the Protestant Reformation, the idea of the priesthood of all believers. Shared ministry, the ministry of caring, is shared with the caring ministry and really with the whole congregation. The ministry of welcoming is shared with the welcoming ministry and really with the whole congregation. It's not like, oh, we have someone who's wearing welcome on their name badge so all the rest of us can be unwelcoming. The ministry of attending to the spiritual lives of our children and our youth is a shared ministry. The ministry of justice making is shared, and the ministry of worship is shared with worship associates, with youth, with members of the preaching practicum. And the ability to give a blessing does not belong to the minister alone. If a blessing is primarily about acknowledging and less about well-wishing, I wonder if a curse isn't primarily about failing to acknowledge and less about ill-wishing. A curse is not really about saying, "I hope bad and unpleasant things happen to you." A curse is really saying, "I refuse to see you. I refuse to recognize you." In past times, the greatest punishment you could give to a person was to shun them, exile them, banish them. The greatest curse is to say that I refuse to acknowledge your humanity. These days we know it is far easier to curse than it is to bless, and far more profitable. To curse is to dehumanize, and it is a lot easier to deny another their full humanity than it is to embrace and celebrate it. And every curse that is spoken circles back on the person speaking it. For you cannot deny someone else a part of their humanity without denying yourself an even larger part of your own. And so we might pay attention to who in our world is offering curses these days. Who curses the LGBT community? Who curses immigrants? Who curses by refusing to recognize African American history? Who curses the poor and the hungry and the sick? Who has a curse to offer? Always ready to offer against all the people they would so gladly and eagerly erase. You cannot deny someone else a part of their humanity without denying yourself an even larger part of your own. And I think it is that we choose blessing. We are driven to bless. We have a human urge to, because we recognize that it's only by acknowledging one another and witnessing one another that we create a world worth living in. I close with these words by theologian Rebecca Parker. Your gifts, she writes, whatever you discover them to be, can be used to bless or to curse the world. The mind's power, the strength of the hands, the reaches of the heart, the gifts, speaking, listening, imagining, seeing, waiting, any of these can serve to feed the hungry, to bind up wounds, to welcome the stranger, to praise what is sacred, to do the work of justice or offer love. And yet any of these can curse as well. Draw down the prison door, hoard bread, abandon the poor, obscure what is holy, comply with injustice, or withhold love. The choice to bless the world, Parker continues, is more than an act of will, a moving forward into the world with the intention to do good. It is an act of recognition, a confession of surprise, a grateful acknowledgement that in the midst of a broken world, unspeakable beauty, grace, and mystery abide. Thankfully, you do not have to be a minister to confer blessing. We have a blessing to offer each other and to offer our world, a blessing that comes with seeing the full humanity, with acknowledging the full humanity of each other. And to always reject the path of offering a curse. Amen, and blessed be. Our closing hymn this morning is not in the hymnal, but the words are in your order of service. If you were here before the service, you got a chance to rehearse it. I invite you to rise in body or in spirit and join in singing More Than Ever, which Glenn and I first learned at a music conference this past summer.
So for those of you who weren't here, I just wanted to let you know the words are in a box in, I think, the third page of your order of service. And second page, okay. Anyway, it's in a box. And they're very small. But anyway, the bolded words are the only ones that change every verse. So Now is a moment for shining on, is the first verse. Second verse, now it's singing out loud. It's all right to cry, keep your eyes on the prize. All that remains the same. Anyway, you'll figure it out.
Now is the moment for shining on. It's all right to cry, but keep your eyes on the prize. Now is the moment for shining on. The world needs our light more than ever. Now is the moment for singing out loud. It's all right to cry, but keep your eyes on the prize. Now is the moment for singing out loud. The world needs our songs more than ever. Now is the moment to let fear go. It's all right to cry. Keep your eyes on the prize. Now is a moment to let fear go. The world needs our courage more than ever. They need us to shine. The world needs us to shine. They need us to shine. The world needs us to shine. It's all right to cry, but keep your eyes on the prize. Now is the moment for speaking up. Lord needs our voice more than ever. Now is the moment for dancing. It's all right to cry, but keep your eyes on the prize. Now is the moment for dancing. The world needs our joy more than ever. They need us to shine. The world needs us to shine. They need us to shine. The world needs us to shine.
Please remain standing in body or in spirit. The words for extinguishing the chalice are in your order of service. Please join me if you wish to do so. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again. And join me in thanking all who made today's service so worshipful. And now join us in singing Shalom. The words are in your order of service, and as you're comfortable, please hold hands with your neighbor or cross them over your heart.